full day. We got here pretty late last night, right when a lot of the stuff was happening. But I'm sure over the next day or so, like
Sure.
always,
I mean, I found from England to you name it, we're either mobbed or no one knows who we are. It's like either or. As we've seen many times in live feeds, listeners walking by saying, hey, Infowars.com. But, you know, try to identify how politically informed folks are. I heard some yelling going on. Can we pan around while I take some phone calls? And I just want to keep the feed up so folks can see what's going on. I heard some shouting or yelling. What was going on?
The gentleman's right there pointing at the building and saying this is what it's not about. You know, this is about the death of a person, not the looting of everything.
You're right. All right, Joe, thank you so much for the reporting. Great job to you and Jakari and, of course, Josh Owens there. Really wartime reporting. This is wartime coverage in America with these armored vehicles we were told were for Al-Qaeda being used on peaceful crowds. And this will only escalate things. And I guess if these sheriff's department guys want to escalate it and want to get a civil war going, they're idiots. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I have to reserve some judgment for now. I've got to, you know, sit there and reserve judgment on that. Now, our phone feed screen went down for a minute. There it is. So I'm going to be able to go to your phone calls now. I just briefly wanted to remind listeners that this is listener-supported radio and TV. We don't have all the answers. We don't know everything, but we love freedom, and we try to tell the truth. That's our North Star. We deserve support. We are getting support. We want to thank you for the support. But when you do buy the high-quality supplements at InfoWarsLife.com, when you do buy the Molon Labe Second Amendment shirts, when you do buy the high-quality Pro Pure G2 filters, you protect yourself from fluoride and glyphosate and get the best price out there on the best filter out there and support the transmission. And we're offering the back-to-school, back-to-brainwashing special for back-to-school, 10% off everything at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com. And so you can also simply call toll-free with promo code 10 for 10% off and get 10% off when you call as well. 888-253-3139. And we are almost sold out of Silver Bullet, Lung Cleanse, and other things. We are sold out of the DNA Force. But we've got not so much a poor man's DNA Force, but something coming out next week that has other compounds that aren't as expensive, that are known to do some of the same things as well, that we'll have a more plentiful supply of, and it's going to be very, very affordable. We're going to announce something very exciting, a new product for InfoWarsLife.com next week. But again, 10% off everything, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. Okay, let's now go to your phone calls here. Felicia in Oregon, thanks for calling. You're welcome onto the airwaves. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. First thing I want to say is I'm pretty emotional and passionate, so if I piss someone off, I apologize.
You know what? It's political correctness to worry about that. Just go ahead. Never apologize for your passion.
Anyway, I am so sick of Christians telling me, why do I bother? This is all in God's plan. That's pure BS. It's my understanding it's for none to perish. And this goes for the Middle East as well as America. We are not a powerless people. We serve a strong and mighty God. We can call on him to smite those who are persecuting our brothers and sisters in the Middle East.
Exactly, but we have state-run churches that aren't really Christian churches saying, praise God, things are getting better, you're going to get out of here soon. They'd rather complain about a woman's short skirt and you know, feel all goody two-shoes about it than go protest at an abortion clinic. And so they're the modern Pharisees, and so you just need to move on. You notice Christ didn't preach all day to the people that claimed they'd found God. He preached to the people that were unwashed who wanted to hear the truth.
That, but it's just this is a time for spiritual warfare. A heartfelt prayer does avail much. We can write to our congressman. We are not a powerless people. And I'm sick of hearing, oh, woe is us. We're all just here to be victims. We're not. We serve a mighty God.
Well, David should have laid down to the Philistines. Christ should have done what Herod said and what the Pharisees said. All the prophets that were killed should have followed orders, Romans 13. They shouldn't have gone in the lion's den. They shouldn't have gone in the fiery furnace. Moses shouldn't have stood up against Pharaoh. They should have followed Hitler's order of Romans 13, twisted to serve the state. It is God. You understand these are demon creatures.
I do understand it, but we need to come back at them with our own heartfelt prayer of strength in a mighty and strong God.
I hear you, Felicia, and I totally agree with you. God bless you. I really appreciate you calling. We're going to go to break and come back with Kyle and Mac and James and Matthew and others. And then we'll take calls about 10 minutes into the next hour. Then we got Ray McGovern, former top CIA analyst, to Ronald Reagan and George Herbert Walker Bush. He gave them their morning briefings. One of the top analysts, wide-spectrum analyst. He'll give us his take on Ukraine, the Middle East, IS, the breaking of Iraq in 3 parts, and what's coming next, all coming up in the next hour. But first, your phone calls. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching or listening to this transmission, you are the resistance. PatriotSupply.com/Alex. Get prepared today. Let's go to Kyle in Iowa. Wants to talk about abortion. Well, don't do that. I mean, that wouldn't be Christian. The state says abortion's good, so all Christians should abort babies. Go ahead, Kyle.
Of course. I guess I want to talk about that and just throw out a little message for everyone. I called in, a couple months ago, and I had said something about how we need to find ways to market the truth, and I thought of a quick 30-second pitch for the Federal Reserve, and I got another one for you. Really relating to abortion, because I think in order to win this fight, we have to deconstruct the kind of pre-designed arguments that they've came up with to sell us on a lot of this crap. So for abortion, I guess the way I try to articulate it to people is tell people it's not a choice, but getting pregnant is not a choice, but it is a consequence of a choice. So it's being pitched as a choice, but really that's the furthest thing from the truth. And then you couple that with the fact that, the other argument is, well, it's a woman's body. Well, the reality is that fetus, that human baby, from a DNA standpoint, is genetically unique and dissimilar from the mother.
Well, look, here's the deal. It's another entity. When you start killing the babies unborn, next is the old people, and now that's begun. And next it's let's have death panels and let's not give veterans care. It's a predatory society sold as a communitarian collectivist society when it's a cannibalistic society. And abortion is not abortion in the life of a mother. It's a medical procedure. You change definitions. They'd always gone in and done surgeries. If a mother was going to die, the baby was going to die anyways, and done a surgery, and then they try to save the baby, but it dies. That's not abortion. But they spin it and stuff. And they say, well, what if in the case of rape? And it just goes on and on. It's being done to sell the idea of a culture of death. It doubles a woman's chances of uterine cancer. They're not telling women that. They're not telling them there's groups that'll pay for their baby, pay for them to have it. They just keep women ignorant and sell Planned Parenthood as this loving liberal organization, not the Nazi-founded scum of the earth trash that liberals are. Mainline American, British, and German liberals are Nazis, period. The scum of the earth. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Mac in South Carolina. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, I have a quick question for you and just a point I'd like to make. I don't know if you saw this Daily Caller article out there right now about ISIS wanting to fly the flag of Allah over America. But along with this, your coverage...
Yeah, we reported on it last week. They said they're going to take over the White House and fly it.
Yeah, so along with you guys, the InfoWars coverage in Ferguson, Missouri, there, I'm just kind of seeing this thing go off. That the New World Order is poking here at patriot Americans and maybe use this thing that the mainstream media has termed the Bubba effect and try to get this thing rolling.
Explain that to me when we come back, because I'm sure it's interesting, but I don't quite understand. Explain to me. We're back in 1 minute with Mac, Matthew, and others. Stay with us.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network. The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
I'm David Hall, founder of Diamond Gusset, where we are proud of our 100% grown and sewn American-made jeans. Whether you're out for dinner, working on the farm, or on the road, Diamond Gusset Jeans offers a full spectrum of style and sizes for any occasion. Our loyal customers enable us to continue sponsoring Liberty Media outlets. Use promo code FREEDOM to receive a 15% discount at gusset.com.